How did I lose over 60 pounds? What were the steps? What were the, what was the ladder? What did I have to, like do, right? What's going on, guys? It's Nicholson. I'm back in another video. I hope you guys are doing good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been promising this video for a long time. How did I lose over 60 pounds? What were the steps? What were the, what was the ladder? What did I have to, like do, right? It was a process, okay? You know when they say trust the process? Losing fat and building the muscle and, building the physique I've got today was a process, right? A lengthy one at that. But I'm gonna break it down for you and give you guys a few different, categories into where you need to keep in mind to when you're going about a fat loss or muscle building, whatever journey, right? If you're excited, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. I had to admit I was unhealthy, okay? So they say knowing is after battle, right? I won't lie to you, when I was really obese, I was oblivious to the fact that I was really fat and unhealthy and obese, I thought, oh, I'm good the way I am. I'm just big boned. It's not my fault I'm fat, so I don't have to change, But that was wrong. And because if you don't admit to yourself you're not in the best physical shape you can be, if you're in denial, you won't get anywhere, right? Because knowing is half the battle. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first step I have to take, right, before I get into these categories. You have to admit you're very unhealthy and unfit, okay? So the first step is knowing your maintenance calories, okay? So every single person has different maintenance calories, okay? So for me, for example, for my current body that I've got now, my maintenance calories are 2,500, okay? For you, however, you might weigh more than me, you might be taller than me, you might have a different composition to me, your maintenance calories are going to be different, okay? So how do you find out what your maintenance calories are? You need to go on a calorie calculator, okay? So type in on Google caloriecalculator.net or whatever website is, right? Find that out. It's gonna ask you questions like your age, activity level, your all that kind of stuff. Fill those details in, and it will give you an estimation, right? Now, no, this is an estimation, right? Based on the answers you've given. Because some people say, oh, I'm hitting the maintenance, I'm hitting the calories that this website told me, but I'm not seeing any results. It's because it's an estimation, right? You're actually gonna have to do the real work yourself of figuring out whether that how accurate or off that estimation is. Okay, that's what I had to do. Because it told me X amount is your maintenance calories, but at the time it's because I'd overestimated the activity I was doing, right? So because some of us think, oh yeah, we're doing intense exercise, and it's really not. It's probably moderate. So that is the first step. You need to find out what your maintenance calories are. Okay. Now, a lot of people always ask me, is tracking your calories essential? No, it's not essential. You can lose fat without tracking your calories, but it's much more difficult to you, right? Because you're gonna have to do a lot of guesswork. You don't really know how much you're eating, right? Whereas if you're tracking your foods, invest in a kitchen scale, guys. If you're tracking your foods, of course you're gonna be like, wait, so I know what the hell I'm eating. So if you know what you're eating, how much you're eating, of course you're more likely to be successful, right? You're not just shooting in the dark, you know. So that's the second step, right? Track your foods, okay? Now that you know what your maintenance is, now let's actually make sure we're eating in a caloric deficit, right? Because if you eat a maintenance, all you do is maintain weight. That's why it's called maintenance. If you eat in a surplus, you gain weight. If you eat in a caloric deficit, you will lose weight. Okay. So the first step was to find out what your calorie maintenance is. The second step is to eat in a caloric deficit. Okay. Don't be in a more than a 500 calorie deficit because that's gonna ruin your metabolism. Okay. You'll be losing muscle, and believe me, you don't want that. Okay. So you must make sure you're eating in a caloric deficit. The only way to lose fat is to be in a caloric deficit. Okay. Now, how do you know if you're in a calorie deficit? You might be asking. Is it the scale? Sometimes the scale might be right. It might be wrong because you might have drunk water, you might be eating food. The best way is to look into the mirror. Look how clothes are fitting you. Right? Is my waist getting smaller? Right? Get your measurements. Get all these things tracked. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't be delusional to the point where you're checking this and thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna lose all the fat I want to lose in 1 week, and it's sustainable." No, you need to be doing this on a monthly basis. Okay, so I'd say weigh yourself every day, right? Take a weekly average and then take a monthly average. Okay, are you making progress month to month. Yeah, because this is a long process. You need to keep this in mind, right? Are you making progress month to month? Yeah. The third and most important step: do weightlifting. Okay. I know the public conception out there is do hella cardio. You can do cardio and you lose fat if you want to look like a skinny person afterwards, right? You don't want to have any muscle. You don't want to have a, aesthetic looking physique. You can just do cardio and that'll be fine, But for me, I knew I didn't want to just look skinny. I wanted to have muscle. I wanted to have a muscular physique. So I decided to do weightlifting. Okay, you must do weightlifting. Home workouts are not as effective as weightlifting, because weightlifting actually builds quite a significant amount of muscle, right? And the fun fact here is you actually lose more fat with the more muscle you carry. Isn't that crazy? Because muscle requires energy or calories to be maintained. Fat doesn't. Okay. At some point, you will hit a plateau. Okay. And the way to get out of plateaus is either increasing the activity you do or decreasing the food you're eating even more. Okay. And how do you know if you've plateaued? You're basically you're staying at the same weight for more than a month. You know you've plateaued. Okay. Those are all the steps I took. That's literally it. Right. Find my maintenance, eating a deficit, weightlifting, and then find a way to get off a plateau. That's literally it. That's literally it summarized. Find your caloric maintenance, right? Eating a calorie deficit, do weightlifting, right? And find a way to get off a plateau. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more. There's nothing else complicated about it. It's as simple as that, you know. And that's it. Those are all the steps I took to do that. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. You know what I'm saying? If you have, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or hunt you like 100 lions in Africa, bro. Or maybe I don't know. Anyways, appreciate you for watching. Merch and training programs, NicholsonKetala.com. You know what I'm saying? The website I find it live. Appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying? So check it out if you want to. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.